I'm sorry.
Amanda, you are closed. You are done. No.
Once again,
We-
closed.
We are here
Anyone who's not a vendor,
at the one and only Boba Fest here in El Paso, Texas.
Oh, pass.
Amanda's now interviewing.
Aw. Hi, this is Amanda Arbogast here from Chapin High School. Right now I'm interviewing Daniel Logan.
Hey guys.
Say hello. Right now we're over at
Boba Fest.
Boba Fest. I'm sorry. I'm really nervous right now, actually.
I've been hugging her all day,
yes.
so that's why she's probably so nervous because we finally got couch time. But we're here at Boba Fest, out here in
El Paso,
El
Texas.
Paso, Texas. I was gonna say Mexico. I saw this big flag when I flew in. It was unbelievable. Then they said I'm right on the border. But I figured if I brought Slave One from Star Wars, I might have been able just to fly back over the ditch. But I'm not a very good climber or runner. So I think I probably wouldn't be signing today. I would have had too much fun yesterday. But we're here at Boba Fest. I am Daniel Logan, Boba Fett, more Amanda's friend.
Perfect. And I have a question for you. Well, actually two.
Sure.
One, what do you think of El Paso so far? How long have you been here? Or here for the visit?
I came in yesterday, which was Friday. I signed today, Saturday, and then I leave tomorrow morning, Sunday. But
And where are you heading to?
I'm going home for a rest. I got a whole bunch of dogs and all other kind of animals. I have like a small zoo at my house. So I got to go home and take care of them all because they've all been neglected for the last month and had my friends and family taking care of them. So
Well, what type of animals do you have?
I have 5 dogs. I have hedgehogs, snakes, lizards,
That is a zoo.
chameleons, cat. We had a horse. I mean, I can name for days. It's just terrible. I could probably even breed the insects that I feed to my animals, like worms and crickets, you know. So if you count all those, I probably have like thousands of animals. But yeah, that's what I'm going home, looking forward to going home to do tomorrow.
Okay. And then my second question is for episode 2 that you were in. How was it, like, being up there, like, acting, you know, being told what to do by George Lucas and everything and such like that? Like, I really want to know, how is it to be, like, an actor at such a young age?
Well, it was amazing because at 13, you know, I should be in high school. I should be just starting high school. And for most kids, that's the beginning of a big change in era in their lives. They get new friends, they get new teachers, they're in a whole new, completely different foreign place, which is high school. And I think we've all been afraid of that. Where I was lucky enough to be able to get taken away and be able to go and film Star Wars for a couple years. A year, and then now doing the conventions. It took a couple more years out of my high school. But being so young, I didn't realize what I'd done given. I just figured, like, cool, I'm not at school today, you know, I'm not having to do homework.
That's always fun. I love it whenever I get to stay home, especially on a holiday, too.
You don't want to say that. This is your interview. I can go home. Your teacher's like, now I know why she said she was sick this week, but I don't really believe her. No, so that fact, although Star Wars was very big in my life, it allowed me to have the opportunity to go away from school. I've been able to travel the world thanks to Star Wars, and for me, I'm a very imagination guy, imager. You know, I just see pictures. So for me to travel the world thanks to Star Wars, I was able to see all these places, and instead of learning them in a textbook, Boba Fett showed me them with my own eyes, which allowed me to evolve just like the rest of the kids at school, but not having to be in the class type of a situation. Although I did really miss out. I mean, my friends all went through high school and they all had, you know, a lot more friends than I did.
It's nothing special, I can tell you that.
Oh, it's all a bit of fun, you know. I would have liked to be picked on, you know, and pick on people and go to lunch, you know, you know what I mean? Or play sports, but yeah, no, I did miss out on all that thanks to being in Star Wars.
And during, you know, that, were you getting, like, homeschooled or homebound or anything like that? Or did you not just go to school? Or if you don't mind me asking.
Well, I was homeschooling in between, but because I was a kid that could never sit on the couch for too long, homeschooling was very difficult to do. So what I had to learn is I had to figure out what I wanted to do in my life. And I ended up realizing, well, hey, acting is the thing that I want to do. So if I can ride the Star Wars, it will at least allow me to be able to come to the United States and then now learn from the best acting teachers and coaches in LA. And I mean, for me, I never would have thought that at 13 years old, even having that opportunity. But I mean, thanks to things like that in Star Wars, it's enabled me to be able to move here, get taught by the best of the best in what I want to do in life. And not many people are fortunate or lucky or blessed enough to have my opportunity in life. And that's why I never, put down education, because I think everybody needs an education. I mean, I don't think there's a time when people should not ever want to read a book, but in my circumstance, it was just so lucky that, I was able to kind of balance, because I was going to school in between, because I was only filming for like a week or two at a time, and then I'd go back to New Zealand, and then I'd come back for a week, then go back to New Zealand for a week or two, so it was back and forth. So it was just that, because I was not in school for that amount of time, I was missing out altogether at the end of the month or the end of the year. Every single one of those classes I missed learning teachings of what could have been in the tests. So it was putting strain on it, but then I knew I wanted to be an actor. So I just figured, hey, I will make it one day as an actor. And I never thought I'd be signing autographs all around the world, but I figured, I'd at least be in something, and...
You didn't think at the time that Star Wars would be, like, really big compared to how it is now?
Well, no, and I never wanted to be an actor. I got kind of thrown into it through rugby. I never knew acting was a possibility. One day they asked me if I wanted to do a commercial, and I got it, and I got paid. And because my family was so big, in my eyes, it was like, well, I got to do whatever I got to do right now to help my family survive. Which at that young of an age is a pretty big burden on any kid. But I've always done that. That's just who I am. So I enjoy the fact that I am able to do and see the world, and sign autographs and stuff like that. But some days I do sit back and think, man, what would life be without Star Wars? I'd still be in the middle of New Zealand in a forest somewhere with a man-made hut, doing my little Maori dance. But yeah, you just never know what life would have thrown at you. But blessings like Star Wars come along and change everything.
And then for my last question, do you have anything inspiring to say for like high schoolers and such as I?
Yeah, I get asked, hey, how can I get my child into acting, and I used to say the joke, well, hey, you have to know someone really rich, and then you just say to a company, hey, I'll pay you to be I'll give you, I'll invest in your movie, oh, I just have one favor, you have to put my friend's child in it, but you know what, with technology of today, and realistically thinking, you can get a whole bunch of your friends from school who love to do acting, maybe directing, screenwriting, anything, and you get them all together, and you can go out in the middle of, the desert, or go into the middle of the town, and you film your own little scenes. You go on the internet and you go and buy yourself scripts. I mean, not buy, you go and print yourself out scripts, and you read them together, and you start learning these characters, and then once you've got the characters in your head and what you visualize, you go out and you go to like thrift stores, or like secondhand stores, and you go and buy outfits. Because outfits and costumes at a second-hand store is so cheap, it's unbelievable. And you can buy costumes from back in the day to present day. You know what I mean? So, it's all on who you are. I got given nothing in life, but I went for it. Now I live in the United States. I've traveled most of the world because I see every single thing as an opportunity or a dollar or like that connection, So, you have to make that opportunity yourself, though. So, in the reality fact of how to get into this business, you have to do it yourself. Because when you go to an agency, they're going to ask you, I want to see your film reel. Well, you don't have one because you never worked. Well, if you're the one person out of a million that walk in there and go, well, hey, I haven't worked, but I have this that me and my friends do, it's still acting. It's still a film reel. It's still product. You got to create the product if you don't have it. So I say, The world is our oyster. It's what you do with the sand that makes the pearl as beautiful as it is.
Okay. Well, I guess that's the end of the interview, and I'm with I'm with Daniel Logan, and I'm Amanda from Chicken High School, and that will do.